What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rocktropia. We got the No Way Out Maximum Security Prison. You've been convicted of a crime and now must serve prison time. Warning, you're about to enter a high-level player versus player combat zone. Once incarcerated, you'll have to go through a series of trials to earn your freedom. This could take you months to complete. You will not be able to leave the prison while serving time, so make sure you bring everything you could possibly need. Well, I think I got everything on me. And it shouldn't be too bad if I do decide to break out, but I think we'll be okay. Got about 150 ped that we started on No Way Out Island. That was before I got to this point. I'll go through that a little bit after when we have some more time when we're hunting. But as for right now, this is the very beginning of the mission chain, other than the Cavendish heist, where you open the safe with the lockpick. Start out by presenting yourself to the booking officer located just past these doors. Once you get past the next door, your freedoms will be taken away and you will not be able to leave the prison until your prison sentence has expired. Alright, here's the booking officer. This is the officer that I was having a lot of time finding. Well, if it isn't inmate Messner, you've been waiting for you to show up now. You have been found guilty of crimes against the planet. I'll slap your smirk off your face with my combat boot if you continue that schoolhouse nonsense. Massive warning, if you step further into the prison, you lose access to auctioneer, storage, and everywhere else except prison. So make sure you have everything you need because you only have access to the trade and repair terminals. This is your last chance to grab anything from your personal storage prior to being incarcerated. If you go any further, you will not be able to access. Okay, scumbag, go to your storage terminal and get what else you need. I thought I would get some more stuff, but I figured, you know what, we're already here, screw it. Let's just hop in and get incarcerated, start this mission chain off, because it has been quite a while. This is just saying I got a jailhouse card that I got to carry at all times. They must insert a cranial microchip, so they're going to be entering that. Now go through that front door to your left and make sure to stick the left-hand hallway. Take the hallway to the end until you reach the steps. Take the steps to the bottom floor. Your new cell house is located in the segregation housing unit A block. That's a mouthful. Get back to the SHU, convict. See, now we're getting somewhere. When I was talking to the police before, they were being rather nice. I figured that was too nice. We were still a civilian. A civvy. Beyond this door lies the most dangerous prison in the universe. Stay tough and never punk out. Your first task is go meet your cellie. Done. Let's go meet Carlos Santana. For some reason, the warden has taken a special interest in you. Get to your cell, don't talk to anybody. This place is not a joke. He's really not kidding because I tried to warp in here and it was an instant death situation. So you're really restricted at where you can go and what you can do at this point in the game. I am now a convicted Entropia universe Rocktropian criminal. Pretty good. It's only taken me several years to try to get them to put me in prison. Holy fuck. I've came to this place several times and not once did they incarcerate me, but only recently I started this mission chain actually. Thought I did. But I was actually just going around killing the people in the yard after one of the inmates gave me a correction mission. Head down the stairs to the lower level. So basically just follow these waypoints all the way until you get to your spot, which is your cell. Head towards the officer on A block to reach your cell. So basically just follow these waypoints. I've never been back here, I don't think. You see the cellmates with the blue above them. That's the mission I did. Before I started filming this portion, I was trying to see if it would actually give me a part of the mission, like of the prison mission, but it was actually just to correct if you've screwed up inside somehow. I'm no expert on No Way Out prison, so I really wouldn't know. Let's get off to our cell unit here. Follow these waypoints a little bit. I don't think they're truly necessary. Like, it's not really a big deal if you just avoid them and head right to your cell block if you know where it is. Sorry, that's a mason jar. And some Rocktropia rollies. Well, we just got back from the swimming pool, so I'm exhausted now. Figured this is a great time to do the video. Kids are all tired out. I got them something to eat. You are currently standing on tier 1. You cannot go to the second tier, third tiers until you're done this one. Now, see, there's a player actually on the second tier above me right now. I didn't see them when I was actually filming originally, but you found your cell. Don't forget you're new here, so don't try to go up to higher tiers unless you have earned enough respect. So here's Santana. Hey, new fish, get out of my cell. If you don't want me to stab you with a shank while you sleep tonight, you better go off and earn your stripes out on the yard. Come back once you've beaten 50 inmates, punk. Back off. All jokes aside, this would be a very shitty situation being trapped. So we're going to kick it up a notch. We times 2 the speed just to get this hunt going. We're going to go earn our cellie's respect by shanking 50 inmates. Oh, that cop has a mission for us too. However, right now I'm a little nervous to talk to anybody in this place because I am a noob in the NWO. In the New World Order, brother. The Zomhattan Street Boys. Let's see what kind of loot we can get. When we did start hunting here originally, I had 210 ped in total. That's with ammo and my gun. As you can see, I've only got 500 shots or so, 450 shots. So I used about 600 shots already to try to get to this point. That was a pretty good loot right there. The loot on these guys has been real good lately. Well, since I started this video, honestly, it has been really good. Oh, well, actually, the video was supposed to be another hour long, and I was going to cut some scenes out, but I realized that I didn't actually have the No Way Out mission started, so I figured, you know what, let's scrap that, let's just start right from the beginning, and we can still calculate the loot afterwards, because the hunt's still the same. Regardless of what we have now, when I started hunting NWO, I had 150 ped exactly of loot, and 54 ped on my rifle. So about 210, let's just round up and say we need to get at least 210 to break even. Whew, she's such a beautiful day out today. Very warm here. Humid. But we only get a couple months here in Canada. It's like 8 months worth of winter. 2 months for everything else. Like 2 for spring, 2 for summer, 2 for fall. So 6 and 6. Well, it might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it may as well be because the summer does not last long here. So we're getting some decent stuff. The Prison Hooch, the Rocktropia Rollies, and the Broken Dreams are all, I believe, prison loot. Now, the Prison Hooch is actually used in 3 different blueprints. It's used in the Focus Potion blueprint, the Rocktropia Trucker Cap blueprint, and the Rolled Smokes Remix blueprint. I'm assuming those all have their own uses for things as well, but we're not going to get into that right now. This is just the basics of what the item that we have is used for. The rollies themselves are used for Failure Potion, Rocktropia Trucker Cap, Rolled Smokes Remix, and a Talent Potion blueprint. And the Broken Dreams are used in Lux Special Armor Luggage blueprint, Style Potion, and the Telman Coin Remix blueprint. So all those blueprints right there are the ones that the prison loot will be used for. Now, as for the uses of those style potions and whatnot, I'm not specific on the blueprints that they're used in, but for those items, that's what they're used for. Not sure about the markup on them, really. Green CDs are good, though. I don't mind the green CDs. I believe I used some of those in some of the blueprints. What I was trying to do is craft more Bonzo Slim Jims. With this new feature, or whatever is going on between Never Die and Mindark, really going forward in the future of Rocktropia, the Rockbucks should have some pretty good uses in those presidential credit cards and whatnot. There hasn't been a lot of updates in the last decade or so. Sure that all the regulars on Rocktropia know all about that. However, look how popular this planet still is. And that's with no codex, no updates, no nothing over the years. I'm sure they've done minor things, but as for like a major update throughout the planet game, it hasn't happened yet. That said, it might happen going into the future now with this. I heard something about Rocktropia shares, but those I'm not positive. I was watching Lore Spade and Never Die's little interview, and from what I gather, he's waiting to find out what the dividends are from his planet here before he commits to it. That's kind of what I gathered from it. I'm not 100% certain though. I wasn't able to watch the whole interview, just a good portion of it. However, this is really good news for Rocktropia, and I feel it could be bad positively in a way, because what is this planet's been like this for so long? If it changes in a negative sense, will it be as popular? Now that probably won't happen because it is Rocktropia, and I can't see any updates really screwing the planet up unless it messes with the mission chains, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Rocktropia, Cyrene, a couple of my favorite planets on this planet anyway, on our universe. We got these Hat and Street Boys almost taken care of now. The loot's been pretty good, honestly. I can't say that it's been bad. We killed a few prison COs here, which really hasn't helped us with our inmate total, but I mean, they're asking for it, right? Walking around here. We're going to see what kind of loot we got from this. We did get a global off the D block, and you see the Rocky Horror Mafia show there. I actually thought that that was the first mission in the chain, but then I seen the 1 at the end of it, and I figured if there's a 1, there's got to be a 2, which means it's probably just a kill chain. So I started researching up, and I looked on Wikipedia, and it showed during the Cavendish heist that you got to book yourself into prison afterwards. I didn't know that. I did that heist a while back, and I could never figure out why I can't get this mission chain started. Has anybody else had a problem with starting this chain, or maybe getting trapped in the prison? Oh, another thing, by the way, if you do decide to do this mission chain, make sure you bring rock bucks with you, because there is a certain way out, and I think it takes a rock buck to do that. You do have to break out of prison, and it does affect your prison term. But I think it's a pretty simple mission to get back on track. Get our weight up. We're just going to put those pay stubs and credit cards in that. Let's head back to Santana and see what he's saying. Oh, well, let's check out the loot while we're here, actually. We got this prison trader. Let's throw all our stuff in. Started with 210. Let's see what we're looking at so far. That's after the whole 150 ped and the 50 on my gun. We got 293. That's pretty good. And what do we got? 11 ped on the gun. So that's 305 that we ended up with. Pretty good outcome for our first hunt on this. That's good. We don't want to come in and lose 50% right off the bat. Not too much markup on these prison hooch and stuff like that, but I feel those would be more player-to-player sales than anything. Broken Dreams. I don't usually get too much off the auction here. I think the first place I usually look is Castillo Lofts or Tangerine. As for actual auction, I don't usually do too much of it because of the fees. Now, if I'm going to log off game or something for a while, I'll pop a few items on the storage just so when I come back, I'll see if they sold or not. Other than that, I mean, auction house is quite pricey to use for certain things. Alright, let's head back to Santana. We'll hit that next mission up, and that'll probably it for the video. I don't want to make these too long. We have so much time, only so much time per day, so by the time we watch like 20 minutes or an hour or 2 hours of something, that's a good portion of the time that you're up for the day. So I figure short and sweet. Let's just do a couple missions. I'll speed up the hunting so we can get through it quicker, because the result is what most people care about, right? You want to see the results of the hunt. You want to see whether we profited or we lost. So this hunt is definitely a profit. And the zombie video, I'm not sure what I started out with PED, but we ended up getting a decent amount. I think it was around the same, 150. Alright, new fish, you can handle yourself. But that's nothing compared to the murderous convicts roaming around this pen, itching to take you out. Well, that's fine. Got a couple points for the combat reflexes, that's pretty good, but that's only the first mission in this chain, so now we gotta go counterclockwise or clockwise. So, you're about to step under the tier, engage in prison politics. Before you try and talk to any inmates in prison, you must learn how to play within the unwritten rules of this gladiator arena. Rule 1. When walking on the tier or interacting with inmates, the Rocktropia Department Corrections asks that you walk either clockwise or counterclockwise. Attempting to interact with inmates in a sporadic or random fashion will lead to fights and possible staff intervention. Okay. Rule 2. Some places in the prison, such as solitary, the shower room, to name a few, are off limits to inmates unless permission has been given by the commanding officer of the tier or the warden. The yard or quarry are connected via a single path designated for inmates. If you wander off the path while traveling, you will be shot in the leg. Any attempts to escape the prison prior to the end of your jail term will result in additional time added to your prison term with no exception. The added time will be served before resuming any progress on your mission chain. Oxen pals. Hey new fish, these boys messed up in the yard were friends of mine, you sissy snitch punk. I'm gonna make sure you know what a nice warm bed spring through the kidney feels like. You'll be my maid by sundown. See you in the dark. Oh. Well, if that's the case, let's go take out a few more of your buddies. We'll head back out to the yard and give a good greeting to Ox and his boys. Although, are his boys the one he considers the sissies or the Zomhattan boys? Because if it was the sissies, I don't know if he should be bragging about that, to be honest. I don't know. Prison politics, right? I've never been, so couldn't tell you. Never been to No Way Out prison. This is the first time. Huh, look at that. 25 ped right off the bat. That'll add to our total. Let's see if we can get some decent more ones. I'm going to take out these, the inmates, though. I keep popping off these COs. The guys that are walking around in their normal clothes, I think I'd be more afraid of than the actual prison gear themselves. Like, what are you doing to be able to wear normal clothes in here and not have to wear this orange stuff? I mean, not that I would give a shit, but... Oh, I got too excited. I went to run back and tell Ox that I took out a few of his boys. This mission's fairly small, though. I'm surprised, honestly, that it's only 20. It seems like the first one would have been 20, and then the second one would have been 50. But we actually went down in kills, which is pretty good. Let's just hope we can get some good loot. I'm thinking we're going to end up with like 310-ish. Just like we need. Oh wait, that was 210. But I mean, 100 extra ped won't hurt. Most of it I feel is going to be TT stuff. I usually save all my Rocktropian loot though. But as for the small stuff, animal eye oil and stuff like that, I'll try to sell it off, but most of the time it just ends up going to the trade terminal so I can continue. And as bad as that sounds, this is not advice for your game or how to make money. This is just a play and watch type situation. We're going to take these last few guys down, these Zomhattan Street Boys, and go see Ox. I think the next mission... Oh, look at another 7. Definitely a good run. I'm hoping the loot can stay good on these and stay hot for the next hunt. Let me know if you guys want to continue with this. Should I stay in the No Way Out prison? Should I leave it? I'll leave it up to you. What do you think I should do? Is it an enjoyable series, like if I continued this mission chain right through? Although that might get a little redundant being continuous, right? Maybe I should take breaks. And I think the prison chain is probably the most exciting when you start it, just because, like I said, I had a hard time starting this chain to begin with. I wandered around for a while and asked several different players on how to start it. Never once did I realize there was a booking officer. I figured, like I said, you just get dragged right to it. Officers hiding behind the screen now, starting to earn some respect around here. Let's head back to Ox. We should check our loot out, see what we got. But, yeah, I just want to thank everybody for continuing to watch over the last year, since I haven't been really posting videos constantly. It's been over 300 days, almost a full year actually. So the last time I did post was probably around the same time last year. So the people that did continue to subscribe and to watch my channel, I really appreciate that. I know it's nothing, I'm not a fancy channel or anything. It's more just based off of fun and what I like to do and my own style, which is, you know, I like to jump games pretty quick. Got a short attention span. Entropia has probably kept my attention the longest over the years, but when my son likes to play games, I like to play them with him, right? We've been grinding out some Minecraft recently, and we'll go for, we'll play this for a while, we'll play that for a while, and it's just like anybody. But hopefully we can get back at Entropia now. He's getting older, so I want to get him. He's starting to want to play, but it's not a game really for children, is what I told him. You're still alive. Guess I need to hire a better assassin. Well, if you want the job done right, you got to do it yourself, right? One experience of aim skill from Ox and his pals, and let's see here. It says go counterclockwise. Fong here doesn't have anything above his head, so I'm curious if that's the guy or is he gonna kill me. And I've talked to several people in here that have tried to kill me. Oh, okay, good. I can tell this is your first time in prison. Your legs shake every time you walk down the grate. I like a scared prey. The tension excites me. The way I see things in front of you is two choices. Either do what I tell you, or get used to me being extra friendly towards you. Job simple, fish. I don't trust you yet, because everything you do stinks of a no-good, scabby rat, so the only way for me to trust you is to commit a random act of violence. Kill one player in PvP. Well, that, for right now, is going to be where we're going to stop with the hunt for now. We're going to go check out what kind of loot we got. As for the rest of the videos going forward, I think that this is quite a long mission chain, so maybe I'll do one or two, and then I'll take a break, I'll skip to something else, because I still want to do the AIs, and tons of cool stuff here on Rocktropia. Should probably check out Cyrene here eventually, since it's been a while, although I did want to do a few things here on this planet. We'll see how it goes, right? Just wing it. Wherever I feel when the moment goes. That's for today's Nick to decide, and tomorrow's Nick when he decides. Let's see what we got. That's future Nick's decision. Yeah, that's right. Alright. See what we got. We got 197. We got 124. What is that? That's 321. 322. 60. 62. 322. 62. I believe that is, right? Yeah, 322. 62. Which is fairly good. We're 100 ped over what we wanted. We also have 3 ped on the gun. Very good hunt. Very good start to No Way Out Prison. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.